Alright, welcome to the TheDayIsOurz channel. I'm your host, Johnny Utah, and it is Tuesday, April 16th. Whew, we're into midpoint, well, not really the midpoint of week 2, but just about there. Tuesday, got all the shrug off from Monday. However, this morning I was definitely I got well, not really distracted. I just got interrupted. Interrupted is the right word. So, Arlian, my baby boy, my sweet baby boy, he decided to get up today at 7:10. Usually he's in bed until like 9, and he's usually pretty good. But this morning he was, nope, I want, up, I want, out and about. And so my morning workout was pretty much interrupted by that, but we were able to use him as a little bit of a weight, and I didn't get any aerobic, or I really didn't get any aerobic exercises in today, or I didn't get any of my, what is it called, HIIT workout in today, because usually I save that for like the latter part of my workouts. I do all the weight training stuff, then I do ab stuff, and then I do aerobic and the HIIT exercises. Today I was interrupted at the very end of my weight training stuff, so I didn't even get to finish that. But I mean, it is what it is. Some days you're gonna have that. Some days you're gonna have a happy boy who wants to be up and about, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump right into the numbers here. So with that, today I accomplished 12,015 steps at that 8:30 cutoff time, and so I feel decent about that. Like I said, I really want to try to hit 13,000. 13,000 will make me feel very, very happy about how this morning went. And so 12,000 is a decent number. It still means that if I were to continue, doing my cool down walk for an additional 30 minutes, that'd probably be about 15,000, if not maybe a little bit more. So, I mean, you can't be really mad at that. But this is a great midway point for me, so I feel really, really good about it. And, obviously I want to look to push harder. Obviously I was interrupted in the middle, so I didn't get the right flow of things. But, 12,000 is still pretty decent. Okay, calorie intake. So today I am doing my pure protein. This is the chocolate peanut butter one. This is the one that also has the most amount of calories. Most of them teeter between 180, 190, with the higher end being 200 calories. So this will have a little bit more calories in it. But I mean, it's chocolate peanut butter. You can't, like, I've never had a bad chocolate peanut butter bar. Like, there's just no such thing as a bad, like, no matter what brand, you can blindly take any chocolate peanut butter bar and it's probably going to slam. As long as you like chocolate peanut butter. I do happen to like chocolate peanut butter Reese's for life. So, that's pretty good. And today I'm pairing it with my muscle milk. This is the zero sugar muscle milk, so it's only 160 calories, zero sugar obviously, 25 grams of protein, and to me this has a delicious chocolate flavor, so I really, really just enjoy this muscle milk. When I found muscle milk, I was like, okay, how's it going to taste? Is it going to taste okay? Is it going to taste really good? And it turned out it tasted really, really good. Better than a breakfast essential, better than the Atkins by far. And the one that I didn't like, what made me worried about whether this was going to taste good or not, was that Members Mark chocolate nutrition drink that you get at Sam's Club. So I tried one of those before trying the muscle milk, and that tasted like pork. Like, it literally had a pork meaty taste along with the chocolate. And don't get me wrong, there's some things that, you can mix, chocolate with like a pork flavor, right? And then the thing that comes to mind is like bacon cupcakes, right? You have like a maple flavor cupcake, chocolate ganache on top, bacon bits on top. If you've ever been to Colorado, there's this place called Teacup Cupcakes. It's very famous for doing that kind of cupcake. I know also in Orlando, Florida, at Disney Springs, there's this place called Everglazed that does a maple donut, and they have like a chocolate drizzle with bacon bits on top. Like, that is great if you want to mix like a meat and chocolate flavor. The nutrition shake tastes terrible. Those are flavors that should just never be together, and I think it was the most disgusting thing that I've tried thus far. Yeah, I did not like the Members Mark version of it. So I was a little bit worried when trying the muscle milk because I was like, oh, please don't taste anything like that. And no, it actually tastes like chocolate milk. It tastes like a really, really good flavor of chocolate milk. So I was very happy about that. And so, this is now going to be like my regular routine morning stuff because I do like the breakfast essentials. I've always liked the breakfast essentials, but they've always been relatively higher on sugar, and I've been trying to keep my sugar levels down. If I can keep my sugar levels down, I feel much happier about my morning intake because I've been getting a pretty good, decent amount of protein between the bar and the drink. That's been good to start off my morning. It's just been the sugar levels have been relatively higher than what I'd want. And so having the muscle milk as an alternative, yes, it's a little bit more expensive than a breakfast essential, but it definitely, the payoff to me, it makes sense to cut down on the sugar for a better tasting drink that has less sugar. So that works. All right, jumping into the other side of the numbers. So 143 activity minutes. And that's gonna, like, no matter what happens in the morning, I'm still gonna be moving. It may not be the same calorie burn because I'm, like I said, when you're typically doing aerobics, and you're doing ab work, you're typically exhausting more energy. Like you're going into like a different weight training tier. So usually there's like 5 levels. You have low intensity to high intensity, and there's everything in the middle. And usually when you're aerobics, you're about that level 3. So I didn't get to level 3 today because, I was basically holding Arlen and, just playing with him. I was walking in the floor. I was inspired by Bluey. If you've never seen the episode of Bluey called Exercise, it's essentially making exercises out of your kids' games. And so my child, maybe not playing any games in particular, but, being able to play with him and focus on him while I'm doing my exercises, it makes him happy. I get a little extra work in, maybe different work, because I usually don't do what I do or what I did this morning on a regular basis. So it's just a little bit different. And then, that works, right? So some days you're going to have that, and that's okay. Welcome to dad life, right? So kids come first. That's what I believe, and that's what I'm sticking to. All right, and then my activity calories burned 1,058, so that's a pretty solid mark. I'd like to keep it above 1,100. But like I said, today was a little bit of an odd morning, and I'm still going to get some extra work in, so not necessarily worried about that by any means. And then now going off to the last stat here, which is the sleep score. So once again, Arlene did actually have that about like 45-minute hour wake up time in the middle of the night. He also had one like obviously earlier this morning as well, right? So he got up 2 hours earlier than what he normally does. But thankfully, my phone actually did catch me going to bed at 10:30, which was about the time I went to bed. I charged my watch at the start of 10, took it off at like 10:30-ish, give or take. So now it was charged. Now I didn't have to worry about it for the next day. And I went to bed, so it did catch all that. It actually gave me 6 hours and 25 minutes of sleep, which gave me a score of 80, which is good. And it's where I felt like I actually should have been yesterday, because this is almost the exact same scenario. The only difference was time was different. It was like 12:15 to 1:15. Today it was about 1:30, 1:40 really, and then all the way up to like 2:30. So, like I said, it's the same exact break that we had. It just didn't count when I went to bed, and that's what gave me a score of 50. Needs improvement. So it is what it is. Like, I don't control the system here. It just gives me the numbers, and I just repeat it back here to you. All right, so my sleep cycles was 3, which was, I guess, good. Usually it's between 3 and 4, so that's pretty decent. Wakefulness, I was at 7%. That's a little bit higher than what I'd want. I want to stay really just below 5.43% wakefulness. And as long as I'm staying below 10, I feel pretty decent. Physical recovery is just teetering around what it's normally been, which is about 60%. It's a little bit on the lower end at 59, but like I said, that's been about where it's been, so that's okay. Mental recovery was much lower than what it is usually teetering at the 80% to almost 90% mark on a normal day on a normal sleep day. So I don't know what happened there. Mentally, do I feel exhausted? No. Do I feel like I was fatigued? No. But it gave me that mental recovery. So, and I felt really focused today. I know there was one morning, I think it was last Friday, where I had a really, really good workout, but I was just completely like 10 different directions in my brain. Like, it was like, picture that SpongeBob meme where everything is on fire and you have all these SpongeBobs running around. Like, that was my Friday. I still got a great workout in. Still did everything I needed to do, but man, I was scatterbrained. But not today. I was right there, focused with what I needed to do. And obviously, I know I got interrupted in the middle of my workout, but that's okay, right? Like I said, kids come first, so I'm more than happy to make sure my baby boy is taken care of and he's happy. And he ended up falling asleep in my arms. I was actually planning on bringing him on here. I was gonna have him on my lap. So he could just say hi. But no, he finally crashed out, and so we put him back in bed. So he's my sweet baby boy, and I love him. All right, and as always, we want to hear how you guys did. How did your Tuesday workout go? Are you hitting the numbers that you set out to hit? Are you on pace to make goals for the week? And if you're a Nighthawk, someone who comes in from work at night and goes out to the gym or does your own workout routine, you always have my respect. I feel like that would be incredibly difficult to work a whole day's worth of a shift and then come back home to work out. So let us know how you guys did. We always want to hear from you. And guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video. We want to try to reach out to as many people as we can. The more people that we're able to reach out to, the bigger of a community we can build, and the more people that we can help. So we just feel like, the hardest part about whether you're trying to lose weight or gain weight or whatever your health goals are, the hardest part about it is just doing it alone. Let's be part of the community that does it together. Like I said, if we're going to do this, we're going to do this together. Well, it's another day, just time to rub off the dust, and let's get going, guys. Let's get strong, and let's finish off the week strong. Midweek tomorrow. So, it's Johnny Utah out, and have a good morning.